better. All right, let's do this. Welcome back, everybody. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice a little bit of consistency to make some time for some mobility and have a little bit of fun while we suffer in our stretches. All right. If you've never been here before, we're doing a whole bunch of hip mobilization stuff, and I'll talk you through all of it. So chill, relax, grab some water, and let's talk about the first move. Our first warm-up exercise is called the hip car. CAR stands for controlled articulated rotations. I don't know why I did this crazy symbol for the letter R because that didn't really trace out to be the letter R. But controlled rotations are all about taking your leg through as much range of motion as possible in your hip. All right, there's a couple of directions. One of them is going straight up. The other one is opening it up to the side. We're going to rotate. After that, we're going to bring the ankle up, bring the knee down, and we're going to keep going. We're going to bring the knee down some more, bring the ankle up some more, and then we're going to bring the leg down and back. When we bring the leg down and back, I want you to flex the hamstrings, I want you to flex the glutes, I want you to pull that leg back behind you, and that is one rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more, down and back. That's one. I almost said two, but high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's two. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's three. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's four. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more, down and back. That's five. Five more. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's six. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's seven. I think a whole bunch of people are coming in saying good evening. Good evening. That might be True Blue. I can't really tell from here, but I feel like there's a couple of numbers at the end because they're like very round shapes. So I think that's who that was. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 10. If this hip is tired because of all the little muscles you were using trying to bring that leg around, perfect. If this leg is tired, maybe even this hip is tired because it was doing a lot trying to keep you from flopping all over the place, that is also normal. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna do the other leg and get to switch it up. Different things gets to tense up now. All right, stand up nice and tall, flex those cores, Superman pose, and let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more, down and back. That's one. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's two. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's three. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's four. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's five. Five more. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's six. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's seven. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's eight. Two more. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's nine. Last one. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 10. Those are some hip cars going in the forward direction. We are not done. All right, we got some hip cars going in the reverse direction, coming right up. It's basically the same move. We just go a little bit backwards, and let's talk about it. When we go in reverse, I want you to start by bringing this leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. From here, we're going to lift that leg up to the side, like so. We're going to rotate the knee down, bring the ankle up. We're going to rotate the ankle down, bring the knee up, and then we're going to bring the knee to the front. That's one. We're going to do 10 of those on the left, 10 of those on the right. Let's do it. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. One. Back, side, ankle, knee. That's two. Keep going. Back, side, ankle, knee. That's three. If you're regular and you want to add in a little bit more, you're like, this isn't enough suffering, you can add a little bit of this. All right, I want you to bring this ankle up a little bit higher once you come to neutral. So up, and let's go again. Back, side, nope, ankle up, sorry, ankle down, knee, and rotate. Back, side, ankle, knee, and rotate. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, and rotate. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, and rotate. We've done a couple of these. I honestly have not been keeping count. I was having too much fun saying and rotate, but I think we're at like 8 probably. So let's do 2 more. Ankle up, ankle down, knee, and rotate. That's 9, last one. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, and rotate. Whew, that is 10. We got one last leg, and then we're done with these hip cars. Let's get ready to go. Shake out your hips, do a little wiggle, do a little like Moana dance. I don't even know what I'm talking about. This is what I imagined as I was doing it. Let's go. Ready? Stand up nice and tall. Flex the core. Keep your hip nice and strong. Don't start wiggling all over the place. The wiggling is for relaxing in between to help shake out the tension. When we're actually doing it, we want the muscles to be nice and strong and tense so that we can stay balanced. All right? Let's do this. Down and back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee and little wiggle. Let's go. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. And a little extra rotation. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. And a little extra rotation. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. And a little extra rotation. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. And a little extra. I think it's 5, probably. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. Little bit bonus. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. And a little bit bonus. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. Little bit of bonus. I don't know where we're at. 7, maybe. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. 8. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. 9. Last one. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. 10. Whew, that is our hip cars. That is our first warm-up exercise. Hopefully your hips are feeling a little crazy, feeling a little tense maybe in all the places where you went and lifted your legs up real high. And it's time to give a little shake, a little wiggle, a little pop, a little dance, and relax. Whew. We're gonna move on into our second warm-up exercise, all right? It's called the elephant walk. It's a hamstring-ish type of thing, and it looks a little like this. We're gonna fold at the hips. We're gonna bring our belly button down towards the ground and flop over, chill, breathe. Relax. Now, once you're stuck here for a little bit, and you've caught your breath, we're gonna fold. We're gonna add some movement. All right. Keep on trying to bring the belly button down. All right. And then we're gonna bend one knee. We're gonna straighten out the other leg. We're gonna feel that hamstring stretch because we're gonna keep on trying to fold forward. Feel it right here, and switch to the other side. So the leg that was bent is now straight. The leg that was straight is now bent, and you're feeling the hamstring stretch shift from side to side. Keep on going. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. And while you do this, I'm going to tell you about the rest of the show. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. This is hip mobility. It's a lot of hamstrings, but you're also loosening up the stuff that, makes your hips do stuff. Cool? All right. From here, you should know that we do this every single day, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we probably started like 10 minutes ago. Whatever time that is for you, 10 minutes ago, is when we start every single day, Monday through Sunday, because we're here to practice a little bit of consistency. All right? If you like hip mobility, if you like the idea of working on hip mobility so much, you get to advanced hip mobility, you get some side splits unlocked, then make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep coming back, because that is what we're doing. Practicing consistency, making a little bit of progress together. All right? Now that you know all that, let's wrap up this movement. Fold your belly button down a little bit deeper. Keep trying. A little bit deeper. Remember, it's not about your head tucking down. It's not about your back rounding. It's about your belly button coming down. All right? Those are two different things. We only care about the belly button because it's basically connected to the tops of your hips. Everything else, right? Your hips don't have to move and your head could be doing all of that. I shook so hard I lost the earbud. Man. embarrassing. All right, let's continue. We're going to keep on switching 5 more times, but this time you're extra folded forward. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Pop into a little bit of a squat. Come back up into standing. That is our second warm-up exercise. We're going to move on into our third warm-up exercise. It's called thoracic rotation. The thoracic spine, the T-spine, is basically this, right? Just below your neck, basically about to your belly button. It's designed to bend to the side, rotate, forward, slouchy looking thing, and then back bend. That is a whole bunch of range of motion that you're probably not using. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of it. We're going to do some rotation, and it's going to look a lot like what we just did. We're going to bend one knee. We're going to straighten out the other leg. We're going to fold our belly buttons down. Then from here, we're going to take the arm on the bent leg side. We're going to reach across to the straight leg. We're going to push off this shin bone, and we're going to help rotate our spine. All right, I want you to try your best to extend your arm straight up into the air. If you're slightly less flexible and you're only getting to here, that's absolutely okay. Just try your best. All right. Now from here, we're going to inhale, exhale, and reach over that shoulder. Ah. Woo. Ah. That is half a rep. We got to do the other side. Bent leg, straight leg, bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale, exhale, reach. That is now 1 rep. We're doing 5 of these. We got 4 more. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. That's 2. Again, on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. That's 2 again. 3, 4, and 5. Let's go. 3. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. 4 and 5. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Again, inhale. Exhale, reach. 5th and final time, we're going to cover it from the top, just in case somebody joined in. We are folded at the waist to bring our belly buttons down towards the ground. We're bending one knee. We're straightening out the other leg. We're taking the arm from the bent knee side. We're reaching across to the straight leg. We're going to push off that straight leg to help us rotate that spine. Extend your other arm up into the air if you can. If it's slightly angled, that's okay. Inhale. Exhale, and reach over your shoulder. Rotate. Some more. That's 5. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. And that is 5 again. We are done with our thoracic rotation. All right. I talk fast. That does not mean you have to move fast. I'm just trying to stuff as much information into your brains, especially for the new people coming in for the first time, as possible. If you need a couple more seconds to finish up, feel free to take it, because I talk a lot. And if your spine's feeling a little looser now, and you're like, oh, hey, look at that. Look at this movement. Feel free to do some Shakira body shakes, hip rolling stuff. Do a little shimmy, do a little shake. Enjoy the looseness in your spine and breathe. All right, that's enough breathing. We're moving on to our 4th and final warm-up exercise. Let's get ready to wrap up our warm-up. We're gonna do something called Cossack switches. I'm gonna move that stool out of the way so I don't kick it by accident. And Cossack switches look a little bit like this. We're going to drop down into a squat on one leg, and this leg is basically like a little bit of support. All right. The goal is to get as low and deep as you can in the squatting leg. For most of us, your ankles, your knees, your hips might not like this position yet. So yours might look a little bit like this. All right. If this is where you're at, perfect. That's totally fine. If you can go a little bit lower, amazing. If you're not sure if you can go lower, slowly breathe. Inhale. Exhale. As you let the air out of your lungs, see if you can sit a little deeper into your stretch. All right. If you suddenly find that you're losing control, then don't sit that deep. Cool. All right. From here, or here, or here, or here, wherever you are at, our next goal is to do the same thing, but on the other side. But we have to get there. All right. So if you're a little bit higher up and it's easy for you, feel free to just pull that imaginary rope and go boom, pull yourself over. If you are a little deeper, maybe super deep, and you're like, no imaginary rope is going to get me anywhere, feel free to use your hands. Help walk yourself over to the other side and come on over. All right. If you're somewhere in the middle and you're like, what? None of those work for me, feel free to grab a coffee table, an ottoman, something in between to help give yourself a little bit of support as you come on over. When you get to the other side, I want you to pause for a second. I want you to inhale. I want you to exhale. I want you to sink into your stretch a little deeper if you can, if it's comfortable. And from here, you're in a deeper stretch. Congratulations. Now we're going to do 10 of these. All right. This is only one. We literally haven't even finished one yet. Now, when you come back, we've done one. We're doing 9 more. All right. Keep on going. If you're in the hands down version, great. Keep on going. Come on back. That's 2. If you are higher up, please continue as you are and try your best to inhale. Exhale. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. All right. If you don't need to see me for the next couple of reps. If you feel like your balance is not so good, you can also face a wall and go side to side like this, side to side like that. And if you lean slightly into the wall, that might give you a little bit more support, a little bit more confidence to help you through the next couple of reps. All right, so use what you got. The wall's your best friend. All right, we've probably done about 3 now, so let's do 6 more, 7 more, 7 more. I can't count, can't do math. Keep going. If you realize you're strong enough to go without using your hands and you're low to the ground, great. Continue without. That's 4. If you are ready to go even harder, something we can do is just try to sit up a little bit straighter. Everybody can do this, right? If you try to sit up a little straighter, lift your chest up, lift your head up, your low back is going to fire. Everything's going to be a little bit harder, and you can stick your arms out in front of you to help counterbalance. I think that's 5. Keep going. And 6. Oh, 7. If your knees are telling you, hey, 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 whoa, it's time to stop, you can make this a little easier on your knees because usually it's this part right here where you're sliding from side to side that's a little bit uncomfortable. All right. To make it a little easier on your knees, you can just come up a little bit. All right. Coming up is wherever is relevant to you, right? If you're down here, coming up a little bit might mean this. If you're here, coming up a little bit might mean this. All right. Wherever you are, get to a position that's a little easier for you to handle and boom, slide on over, sink on down on the other side. Come back up, across, and down. That's 8. Let's go up, across, and down. That's 9. And let's wrap it up with some squats. All right. I want you to come back to our starting leg. I want you to push through that squat leg to come back into standing. All right. Take a breath in. Inhale. And then on the exhale, push your legs down. Exhale. That is our 10th one for this leg, but we got to finish up with this one. All right. Take it nice and slow. Come down with control. Inhale. Exhale. That is our Cossack switches, our Cossack slide things, and a Cossack squat to wrap up. All right. If at any point there was a movement that you couldn't handle, you're not ready for, feel free to do something that you can. All right. You don't have to fill it in the exact same way that I just did. I try to add some variety, give you a lot of options so that you can find the version that works for you. All right. Now that you've made it so far, it is time to congratulate you because we just finished our warm up. If that sentence scares you because you're like, what? That was the warm up. Don't worry. This is a side splits and hip mobility show. We need everybody to be very warmed up together so that we can get into the stretches. It gets a little, kind of more chill. The heart isn't working as hard for the rest of the stretches. All right, let's get into them. The first thing I want you to do is grab a little bit of padding for your knee. The reason why we need the padding is because we're doing the hamstring stretch a little like this. We're going to drop onto our knees and we're going to extend one leg out in front. We're going to fold our upper body down to that leg. Whee! You can grab basically anything for padding. All right. If you got some dirty laundry, if you forgot to wash, perfect. Roll it up, stick it on your knee. You got a flip flop that a dog has stolen one of, and the other, is just kind of hanging out in the living room, and you're like, I'll never find the matching pair, so it's garbage. But what if I find the matching pair and you can't bear to throw it away? Well, great news. It's got a use then. All right. It's your new knee padding for this stretch. If you have some dog toys that have been ripped apart to pieces, and you're like, this is gross. There's stuffing everywhere. Well, this is your chance to go grab as much stuffing as you can, stuff it back into the toy, stick it under your knee, because we are gonna go. All right, let's go. From this kneeling position, I want you to flex your glutes. I want you to flex your abs, get nice and tall and feel strong. Superman pose for just a second, and we're going to get ready to fold after we stick our leg out. All right. This leg is the leg where we're feeling that hamstring stretch. And we're going to take a big breath in. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Whee! As soon as your hamstrings tell you, no, we're not folding anymore, feel free to stop. Feel free to just chill for a second. All right. We're going to take a breath in now. Inhale. And we're going to slowly exhale and relax into that stretch. Let your body flop into that leg. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 2. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That is 3 times. From here, we're going to add a little bit of movement. All right. It's not just breathing and chilling from this position. We're going to get into a kneeling position. I want you to kneel up nice and tall for a second. And then I want you to bring your upper body down towards that thigh. All right. If you can't fold far enough to bring your chest down to your leg, that's okay. Just try your best. All right. If you're a little bit higher, that's all right. Now, from here, put your hands down on the floor if you can, and slowly scoot your butt back. Feel that leg straightening. Feel that hamstring stretch, and try to stay deep into that fold, as deep as you can at least, and hang out for half a second. All right. That's 1. We're going to do 5 of these. They go a little faster than the way I just explained it. Doggo, you're in the way. Let's go. High knee. Fold. Straighten out the leg. That's 2. Knee. Chest. Straighten it out. That's 3. The most important part is that hamstring stretch at the bottom. All right. So if you rush any of the parts, don't rush the hamstring stretch at the end. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. That's 5. Now we're going to fold a little bit deeper. All right, we're going to do something called the inhale, exhale, fold. We're going to take a big, huge breath into our lungs. We're going to slowly exhale that air. While we're exhaling, we're going to focus on bringing the belly button down to the floor. Belly button down to the thigh. All right, fold, 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 fold some more, keep folding. That's everything. That's the whole thing. You ready? Let's go. Big breath in, inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, fold, fold. Woo! Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, relax. Let your body flop over that leg. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 2 again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That is 3. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. Ooh, feel that hamstring stretch. Let's do it again. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. That's 2. Woo. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. That's 3 again. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 4. Let's go. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 5. And it's time to fold a little bit deeper. Y'all ready? Let's go. Big breath in. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Let's do it. Big breath in. Big breath in. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, 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 fold. Bring the belly button down towards the floor. Fold. Woo, that's our 3rd attempt. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Let your body flop into that leg. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. That is 3 times. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. That's 1. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 2. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 3. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 4. And last 1. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 5. We're going to hang out here for 30 seconds. All right. This is how we wrap up this stretch. 30. 29. Feel free to do the inhale, exhale, relax, and just let your body flop into that leg the whole time. 25. 24. 23. If you're a regular, on 20, contract your muscles, pull that hamstring, pull your heels into the ground. 20. 19. 18. 17. 16. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Everybody relax, 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 relax. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our hamstring stretch. All right. Don't worry, the rest of our stretches aren't this bad. It's just that the hamstrings are kind of important for the rest of our show, so we kind of need the extra love right now. All right. We're gonna move on to the other leg. Flex your glutes, flex your abs, straighten and feel strong. Superman pose for a second, and then we're gonna extend that leg out. Let's go. Other leg. From here, we're gonna fold. We're gonna bring our belly button down to the thigh. Remember, and we're gonna go ahead and do that. Inhale. Exhale, we fold. Oh, as soon as your hamstrings are telling you, nope, no way, no more, feel free to inhale, relax. Let your body flop into that leg. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 2. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That is 3. Knee up, chest down. Straighten it out. That's 1. Knee up, chest down. Straighten it out. That's 2. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Knee up, chest down. Straighten it out. That's 3. Let's go. Knee up, chest down. Straighten it out. That's 4 again. Knee, chest, straighten. Ooh, feel that stretch in your hamstrings. We're ready to fold a little bit deeper. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Big breath in, inhale, exhale, and fold at the same time. Let's go. Big breath in, inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, fold, fold that belly button down. Woo, feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Inhale, relax. Let your body flop into the floor. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper. 3rd time, inhale. Exhale, relax. Whew. Knee up, chest down. Straighten it out. Ooh, feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Knee up, chest down. Straighten it out. That's 2 again. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 3 again. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 4. I think I mentioned this earlier, but take your time on the hamstring stretch portion. That is the most important part. 5. Woo. Guess what? It's time to fold again. You ready? Let's go. Inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, 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 fold. Woo. Inhale, relax. Let your body flop into that leg. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 2. 3rd time's the charm. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 1. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 2. Keep going. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 3. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 4. Let's do it. Last time. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 5. We're hanging out for 30 seconds. All right. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. I forgot to tell you that you should contract your hamstrings if you're a regular. So let's go from 14 onwards to 4. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Relax, 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 relax. 2, 1, 0. Woo. That is our hamstring stretch. We're done with those. Take a second and bring your knees back into that kneeling position. This time, flex your glutes like somebody's about to spank you. Go, protect your butt. And then flex your abs like somebody's about to punch you. Go, and protect your abs. Now that both these super big muscle groups have clenched up, gotten strong, woken up from all that stretching, they've gotten, some exercise in, we're ready to move on into our second stretch. All right. The second stretch is called the butterfly stretch. You can get rid of your floor cushioning if you want now. Your knees don't need it anymore. We're not kneeling. I want you to bring your butt up to the wall, your low back, your shoulders, your head all up against the wall, and sit there, relax for a second. Recline. Next, bring your feet together, pull them in towards your groin, and we are in position for our second stretch, the butterfly. The goal here is to stretch out your inner thigh muscles, your groin area muscles. All right. The way we do that is by bringing the knees down into the ground. I want you to get stronger and more mobile at the same time. The best way to do that is to use your own muscles to pull your legs into position. And that looks a little bit like this. I want you to flex your glutes. I want you to flex your outer thighs. I want you to go and bring your own knees down a little closer to the ground. Feel the stretch building here. See that your knees have kind of moved down a little bit. If you're not sure what you're doing, if you can flap the wings of your legs, you're already using the right muscles. All right. If you can do this up and down, you already know how to use the muscles. Just keep experimenting. You'll figure it out later. All right. Next, we're going to take our hands. We're going to apply a little bit of pressure on the inside of the thighs. All right. Just inside of the knees a little bit. I want you to try to push straight down. If you're not feeling a super sharp, intense pain, great. You're doing it right. Stretching is not going to be super comfortable. If it's like somebody just went boom and punched you in the muscle or poked you really hard and you're feeling crazy sensations, that's a good reason to stop. All right. Something went wrong. But if it's just a regular uncomfortable sensation, you're like, ugh, that's just stretching. All right. So from here, put a little pressure into your thighs, push them down a little bit, and then we're going to start our 30-second countdown. For 30 seconds, I want you to just breathe in and slowly exhale. And every time you exhale, I want you to push a little harder on your legs. Let's go. Inhale. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Inhale. 19. Exhale. 14, 13, 12. Inhale. 11. Exhale. 6, 5, 4. Squeeze in the last one if you want. 3, 0. That is our stretch. Relax. Bring your arms up off your legs. Let your legs come up out of that stretch. Give them a little gentle shake, gentle flap, gentle wiggle. Do some waves like you're at a baseball game. And relax. That's it. That's the whole entire stretch. Now, I want you to move your legs a little bit. If you can, flap the wings of your butterfly, right? And once your legs are moving okay, your wrists are moving okay, we're ready to move on into our third stretch. We're doing some standing pancake, right? Come on up into standing. The standing pancake looks a little bit like this. We're going to open up our legs a little bit, nothing crazy. We're going to fold forward, bring our belly buttons down towards the ground. Whee! This is our starting position. All right. Wherever your hamstrings are telling you, nope, nope, we're not folding anymore, that is where you can consider your starting position. All right. From here, there are a couple of notes. If you're not feeling so great, you're like, wow, my balance is bad right now. I am feeling lightheaded. If anything feels weird, you can choose one of two options. One of them is to just stop completely, skip the stretch. That's okay. The second option is to find something to sit on. All right. There's a version of this pancake stretch. It's called the seated pancake. You see, it's very, very properly named. And the goal here is to fold forward. Let gravity pull you down deeper into the floor, get that nice stretch. If you are less flexible, use something a little bit higher. If you're a little bit more flexible, use something a little bit shorter. Because gravity is going to feel the most intense. It's going to help you the most when your upper body is pretty close to horizontal. All right? When that's happening, which for most people in the standing pancake is going to be when you're standing, that is going to be the most helpful for you. All right? To make this stretch even more gravity supported, you can extend your arms out in front of you like this so that your biceps are by your ears. And next time you inhale, exhale. And you let gravity pull you down into the ground, you should be a little bit deeper. But your shoulders might get tired fast. All right? So now that you know all those pieces and you know how to deal with the situation if you're a little bit off balance or if you're not feeling it standing, let's get ready to get into our pancake. You can open up your legs as wide as you want. If you're new to the show, start pretty close together. All right? Fold forward. Let your arms extend. Get yourself pulled down into the ground by gravity and just chill. All right? If you're feeling a little too close to the floor, you can scoot your butt back a little bit. That'll pull your whole upper body away from the floor a tiny little bit. And that's it. That's actually it. Now I'm done. 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. That is our stretch. Put your hands down. Whew. Walk your feet in towards your, groin, I guess. Bring your legs in. Toe in, heel in, toe in, heel in, toe in, heel in. Walk your body up your legs, or walk your hands up your legs until you're back into standing. And we're done with our standing pancake. All right? Shake out your legs. Give yourself a little wiggle. Do a little dance. And we're going to get into our fourth stretch. I'm pretty sure last night we did the pigeon, so today we're going to do the figure 4 stretch. If you're a regular, feel free to hop into whichever stretch you prefer, but I'm going to be demonstrating the figure 4. The figure 4 is a stretch you do laying down, so we'll get there in a second, but I'm going to demonstrate it standing so you kind of see what the leg is doing. All right? Why don't you take one leg? I want you to cross it over to the other side, kind of make this triangle shape. I want you to grab that leg, and I want you to bring it towards your torso. All right? Bring it towards your belly button. Bring your belly button down towards the leg. Bring your leg towards your belly button. When you do this, you should feel a little bit of a stretch here in the side of your hip. That is a glute muscle. You should also feel a little bit in the hamstrings. But when your leg is rotated, it's going to look like, it's the side of your leg and not the back. And you might feel a little bit of pressure here where you're actually doing the folding. Those are all normal, right? Let's take it to the floor. Come on down to the ground. Ooh. And relax. Enjoy the floor for a second. Maybe the temperature is cooler down here. Maybe the sweat feels nice when the temperature drops. Whatever it is, breathe. And let's go. We're taking one leg. We're crossing it over to the other side. I want you to try to push this knee a little further back so you get like a little bit of a stretch right away. And then once you've got this nice triangle formed, I want you to stick one hand through the triangle, other hand around the outside, and try to wrap around this knee over here. All right, the leg that is not crossed. We're going to pull gently on that knee. We're going to pull the whole thing in towards our chest. We're going to inhale, exhale, and pull. Slowly, keep going. Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. Woo! Feel that stretch building in your glutes, in your hamstrings. Inhale, exhale, pull. That is three times. From here, we're going to pull for 30 seconds. All right, the first 3 breaths was just to get us started. 30 seconds more. Let's do it. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Relax, 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 relax. Let your leg go. Ooh, I hope you felt the stretch in the side of your hip, in your glutes there, because we're going to switch and go do the other side now. All right, let's go. Other leg. Cross it on over. Push this knee away from you. Feel that stretch here in the front of your hip, in the side of your hip when you do that, right? Because we're doing this. And let's go. Hand through the triangle, other hand around the leg, and let's get ready to pull. Inhale, exhale, and pull that leg in towards your chest. Oh, lean back. Do it again. Inhale, exhale, pull. That's 2. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, pull. That is 3 times. We're hanging out for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that is our figure 4 stretch. That is the fourth of our 5 stretches. All right. If you're just joining in and you have no idea what the show is about, but you're like, oh, cool, stretching, I need some of that. Great, because we do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern. It is, what is it now? 9:41. So we've been going for about 40 minutes. All right. If you also don't know, we're doing hip mobility and side splits. That's the show. All right. Trying to make sure our hips work good, that you can do cool stuff, that you stay a little flexible, a little bit more mobile so you can get up off the ground, do that kind of cool stuff. All right, and side splits is up next. That's our 5th and final stretch. If you've never done side splits before, do not worry. We're going to break it down into lots of little pieces. I'm going to get you a lot of hand support, and we're going to take it nice and slow. I'm going to do things that might look a little crazy to you, but the words that I say should be applicable to you wherever you are at in your mobility journey. All right, so pay attention to the words, and let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want you to do is grab a little bit of hand support. The purpose of the hand support is to let you do this. Put your hands on something so you're a little bit more stable, so your upper body is holding its own weight so that your legs can go wide behind you. All right? We're giving ourselves a little bit of support. All right? So, this right here is a little folding stool I got off Amazon like half a decade, maybe a decade ago, actually, at this point. It's nothing fancy. All right? Not fancy fitness equipment. It's just a stool. If you have something similar, maybe a taller stool, perfect. Grab that. That will work just fine. All right. If you have some yoga blocks, because you've done some yoga in the past, you're like, ooh, yoga blocks are cool. These little soft, squishy, but not actually blocks that just make me put myself in positions of suffering. Great. Awesome. If you have some of these, awesome. These will do. All right. If you don't have something similar and you have a kitchen chair, that will also work. Because instead of putting your hands on it, you can just put your elbows on the kitchen chair. That will work just fine. Whatever you do end up choosing, I want it to be relatively lightweight so you can kind of slide it out of the way so you can get out of painful side splitty positions when you're like, I'm done. Ugh. Throw the hand support out of the way and just collapse on the floor and go, that's what I want you to be able to do if you need to. All right. So lightweight is better. Now that you know way too much about hand supports, let's take our butts and bring them to the wall. The wall is going to be our best friend. It's going to be something we lean against. It's going to be something we use for support, and it's going to be here to make sure we don't fall. Thank you, wall. All right, so once your butt is against the wall, put your hand support in front. We're going to open up our legs a little bit. And we're going to fold and put our hands down on the hand support. Fold at the hips. Bring your belly button down. Whee! Hands on your hand support. All right. From here, I want you to open up your legs just a little bit. Doesn't have to be crazy yet. What we're going to do next is to rotate our legs. Right now, your toes are probably pointed forward. Your knees are basically pointing forward. We're going to rotate the leg backwards 90 degrees so it looks like this. Boom! The heels are down, the toes are up, and the knees are pointing up. All right? Put your hands down on your hand support while you're doing this because it will be a little bit complicated and hard if it's one of your first times getting into this position. Cool? Next. Heels down, toes up, knees up. Your inner thighs are now pointing forward. All right? Once you're here, let your butt rest against the wall. Let your hands rest on your hand support. Let your legs slowly go wide. Adjust your hand support a little bit and see if you can slowly bring your butt down that wall into a deeper side split looking position. All right. Hands on your hand support. Butt is resting against the wall. We're trying to take as much burden off of the legs as possible to help you relax into a deeper stretch. When you get to a spot that you feel like you can handle, It's not so bad. You can hang out here for a little bit. You got some confidence. You're like, I'm not tipping over. I'm not about to fall. Everything is chill. I can handle this for a little bit. Once you find a position like that, we'll be able to move on to our next step. All right, next step, we're just going to breathe. We're going to let our muscles chill a little bit more. Inhale. Hold that breath. Slowly exhale, relax. See if you can sink a little deeper into your stretch. Whew. Let's do it again. Inhale. Hold that breath. Exhale, relax. So you can sink a little deeper into your stretch. That's 2. Let's do it again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. If you want, you can try to add a little wiggle. Scoot your right leg out a little bit. Push your heels out a little bit. Heel out a little bit. Heel out a little bit. If you're not going anywhere, don't worry about it. It's optional. And we're ready for side split number 1. Toes are up. Knees are pointing up. Top of our head is pointing up. All right. Your version might look a little bit more like this, and that's totally fine. All right. But we want basically the toes and the knees to be pointing up and the top of your head to be basically pointing up. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26. Adjust your legs, adjust your butt, adjust your hand support as you need to find a nice spot where you feel like you're in control. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, that's it. If you can, scoot your hand support out of the way, crawl forward a little bit. Come on, pull your legs in underneath you. Grunt, grunt. Make as many sound effects as you need to as you come into a kneeling position or a seated position. Just some sort of a little bit more relaxing position. All right, that is our first side split. I didn't tell you this yet, but we're doing 3 rounds of these. All right, so we got 2 more. What we're going to do next is try to slowly come back into standing and shake out the tension in our legs so that we can better get into side split number 2 and then eventually side split number 3. All right, shake out the legs. Hold on to something for balance if you need it, but I want you to be flopping this ankle. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, shake, shake. Wiggle, wiggle. Shake, shake. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And let the muscles relax. When you physically see that your ankles are doing crazy things, going flopping back and forth, chances are your muscles are quite relaxed. That's what we want. Let's do the other leg. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Remember to hold on to something if you're feeling a little bit off balance. If you need the support, grab something. All right? Once you're shaking it, you've wiggled it, you flopped it, your legs are feeling okay. Take a couple of steps. Nothing crazy, just some probing steps. Everything seems fine. And then if you want, you can do some dance moves. Boom, boom, boom. And if your legs are doing good, we're definitely ready to move on. Moving into the hips. I want you to put all of your weight into one leg, and I want you to put the big toe of your other leg down. It's going to cause you to bend your knees if only your big toe is down, right? So from here, I want you to use some of these hip muscles in your glutes, in the front of your hip, to really open up that knee, point it all the way out, back behind you almost, and then contract the muscles here to bring the knees together. All right. Pretend like you really need to pee. That's basically the motion. All right. Knee in, knee out, knee in, knee out. If you're new to the show and you don't really know how to control these muscles that well yet, focus on maximum range of motion, focus on control, and take your time doing a couple of reps. If you're a regular, you've been doing this for a while, go a little faster. Have a little bit more fun with it. In and out and in and out and in and out. Woo. Shake it out. Let's go do the other leg. All your weight is one leg. Big toe is down, in and out, and 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 whoo, shake out your leg. Hopefully your hips are feeling nice and loose. Do a little wiggle. Do some, I don't know, some TikTok dances or whatever these were. This reminds me of something called flossing, but I don't actually know how to do that thing. I've just seen some kids on the internet do it. So yeah, we're going to transition into our second side split now because I don't know where I'm going to go with that. Take your hand support. Bring it in front of you. Bring your butt up to the wall. Open up those legs just a little bit. Let's fold. Whee! Hands on your hand support. Legs going just a little bit wider. Your butt is sliding down the wall. Cool? From here, Rotate the legs. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Other side, heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Our inner thighs are pointing forward. All right. Inhale, exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Adjust your hand support. Let your body find a relatively comfortable spot where you feel like you're in control. You don't feel like you're about to topple over. You don't feel like you're about to tip. You don't feel like you're about to lose balance. You don't feel like you're about to fall, so that your muscles can chill out a little bit. All right. The reason why we want them to chill is the same reason why we shake our legs. Muscle relaxation is how we get the muscles to lengthen to let us get into deeper stretches. If you feel like you're about to fall right now, and you're like half a sneeze away from completely collapsing, and you're a little scared, perhaps, that is when your muscles will unconsciously start tensing up and being all counter stretch. They'll be fighting you the whole way, and that's not what we want, right? So find a chill spot and let's go. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch if you can. If you don't stress about it, because that will make you stressed, and that's not what we want. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. Ooh, that's 2. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Ooh, that is 3 times. Do a little wiggle to the side. See if you can get your heels out just a tiny little bit further. And if you are ready, we're going to get into side split number 2. This time, I want you to lean forward a little bit. All right. I want you to put the pressure, the weight of the stretch on the inner thigh muscle. And one of the ways you can do that is by pointing the knee and the foot up at like a 45-degree angle. Before, we were going straight up into the air. If you point it sort of at a diagonal, that will help. All right, 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. You can do this with your hand support. You can do this on the floor. If at any point you feel like there's not enough pressure in your inner thigh, you're not really feeling it, you can bend the elbows, and that should put a little bit more pressure into your inner thighs. All right, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Move your hand support out of the way. Crawl a little bit. Give yourself a little bit more room. Bring your legs in underneath you. Grunt. Groan. Make as many sound effects as you need to. That is our second side split. We're almost done. We got one more. All right. When you're ready, come back into standing. Let's shake it out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Shakety, shake, 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 and shake a little bit more. Other side. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, 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 shake. Flop, 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 flop. You can start adding in all sorts of other parts of your body into the shakes. Doesn't have to just be isolated to your ankles, to your legs. The whole body is working pretty hard. It's getting pretty stressed out, getting those side splits, right? So everything deserves a little shaking. Everything deserves a little love. And if you're ready to experiment and try a couple more floppy, floppy, little soggy noodle looking things with your arms, feel free to add it in. All right, those are the legs. Hips, let's go. All your weight in one leg, big toe is down in the other, knee in, knee out, knee in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. Another side. All your weight in one leg, big toe is down and in and out 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 and in and out. And I think that's probably even, right? Right? That's how many I did on the other one. Shake your legs one last time. Let's get ready to go for side split number 3 and wrap this up. Butt up against the wall, hand support in front of you. Open up those legs and let's fold. Whee! Hands on your hand support. Legs going wide. Externally rotate. Heels are down. Toes are up. Knees are pointing up. Let your butt slide down the wall. Find a comfortable position-ish. As comfortable as it's going to get, right? And let's breathe. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper. Third time, inhale. Exhale, relax. And if you need to, adjust your hand support, adjust your butt, adjust your legs. All right. Little tiny wiggle to finish it off as we get into side split number 3. You got options. You can do side split number 1, where we pointed our toes up, our knees up, our head up. You can do side split number 2, and we leaned forward a little bit and we felt it more in our inner thighs. At some point, if you want to get your side splits, you got to do number two because it's really important because it's the main muscle that you need. But when you're a beginner, one and two are both going to help you. All right. So I'm going to do version number two. I hope you are ready. 30 seconds. Let's do it. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Feel free to come out of it. Take your time. I'm going to do a couple more seconds, but you can crawl forward, push your hand support out of the way, bring your legs in, grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to, and slowly come back into a resting position. Oh. That was the hardest part of our show. All right, we're done with the crazy hard stuff. It's just a little bit more relaxing, chilling, and a couple of joint checks that's left. All right. When you're ready, come back into standing. Let's shake out our legs. Shakety, shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Switch over. As you do more of the shakes, the wiggles, the floppies, your brain will really basically figure out what it is that you want to do, which is let your muscles relax, and you'll start relaxing faster and faster and faster, and that'll be real nice. It'll save you a whole bunch of time. All right. Next, into the hips. All your weight is in one leg. Big toe is down. Knee in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. Whew, other side. All your weight is one leg. Big toe is down and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. Whew. If your legs are feeling more or less okay, we're going to move on into our joint checks. All right. Let's go. Hip circles. Take your time. Lean on into those hips. And ooh, slowly come all the way around as you're feeling it, maybe in the low back a little bit, in the hips, in the front of the hips. If anything feels like it needs some extra attention, whew, feel free to hang out there and just breathe deeply in that spot for a couple of seconds. All right. If you are otherwise okay, just keep on doing circles. Feel the tension all across your hip muscles. Switch directions. Come on back. And ooh, ho, ho. Once you've done, I don't know, 3 loops in each direction, we're ready to move on into our final move, our crazy calf raises. All right? The calf raises are crazy because we put a whole bunch of different muscles, tendons, joints, all into the same movement and make them all work really hard. So let's get into it. I want you to bring your legs about hips width apart. All right, not super wide, not super narrow, not those things, about hips width apart. Maybe a little tiny bit wider than that if you want. We're going to pop into a bit of a squat. All right, but this squat, I want it to look a little bit like this. I want you to lean really far forward, like you're about to pick up a coin in the squatting position. Or maybe you're about to deadlift if you have done some deadlifting. All right, from here, I want you to push your knees forward as well. Boom. I want you to feel a stretch here in your Achilles tendon, in your calves, because your knees are pushing forward. When you're in this position, all that's left of your body to keep you from falling forward is your toes. So your toes should be gripping into the ground, trying desperately to keep you from toppling over. When you're here, I want you to get ready to do some calf raises. You can use your hand support from earlier. You can hold on to the wall if you need to. And I want you to do some calf raises. Push those knees forward. Feel that stretch in your Achilles tendon, in your calves, and calf raise. Come on all the way up. Center your weight on your big toe and your index toe when you come up into the calf raise. And when you come back down, I want you to reset. I want you to push those knees back forward. Feel that stretch in the Achilles tendon and come back up. 3, reset. 4, and down, reset. 5, and down, reset. 6, and down, reset. 7, and down, reset. 8, and down, reset. You can do as many as you want, but if you're tired or if you've already stopped, we're also perfectly fine to quit. All right. That was our final joint check. What we just did was get our toes working with our feet, with our ankles, with our calves, with our knees, with our quads, with our low back, with our hips, and we put them through a challenging super movement where, your calves probably suffered the most, but your quads and your low back were feeling it too. All right, that's our show. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in, practicing a little bit of consistency, working on your side splits, working on your hip mobility. I hope you had fun. I hope you're ready to take a nice, relaxing breath because that was a lot. And that was fast and that was intense. All right. What do you need to know? We have another show tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It is Saturday morning tomorrow morning, and that means we're doing some gentle joint mobilization, slowly moving through all of the joints and what they should be capable of from our fingers up to our shoulders, into our necks and backs and hips and knees and feet. And then we're going to do a little bit of strengthening of the backside of your body, your upper back, your glutes, your hamstrings, even, so that we can kind of counter some of the weakening of the muscles that we do when we slouch, when our posture is not so straight. All right. Is it going to fix your posture? It depends. But at least you'll have strengthened the muscles that will help fight the slouching. A little bit. A little bit. The stronger those muscles are, the easier it will be to not slouch. But whether or not you're going to actually stop doing it, that depends on how long you sit in the position that you're in. One of the things that you can be doing is finding ways to move a lot more. If you're not stuck in one position the whole time, it's going to be much better for your back, much better for your posture that way. Cool? But what we can do on the live is strengthen those muscles that we want to be really strong, so it can pull your shoulder blades back, so it can lift your chest up a little bit, so that you can get your glutes engaged, so that you're moving a little bit better. All right. Probably went too deep on talking about posture stuff, but I hope that sounded interesting enough to come back Saturday and Sunday mornings. Otherwise, Saturday and Sunday nights, we got this same live in the evenings, doing side splits, doing hip mobility. And if you're ready for more, feel free to come back in. I do this live every single day, 7 days a week, but that does not mean you have to do 7 days a week. All right? If you feel like consistency is a real struggle for you and it would really help if you did it every single day of the week, please come back, hang out. I'm happy to have you. But if you are feeling sore, feeling a little bit uncomfortable somewhere because you're using your muscles that you've never used before for the first time, now they're super sore, feel free to take a couple days off. That's absolutely okay. Cool? All right. I'm going to check the chat and see what we have, and then we'll get ready to wrap up. We got a bunch of highs. We got a bunch of O's in YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. Queen R says hello, happy Friday. Welcome back, Queen R. And Lois says hi. And Queen R says, yay to figure four. No to the pigeon. We got a lot of people who don't like the pigeon very much. I think it's a very good stretch. Lois says, thanks, Ken. You're very welcome, Lois. Thank you for popping in on YouTube. I appreciate the support. Let's see what we got. What we got. I'm gonna move over to TikTok. Itai is back. It says that was amazing for the hamstrings. Good. I'm glad. Did you feel it mostly when we were doing the main hamstring thing, or are you talking about just in general? You're feeling the hamstrings a lot and it feels good. Because the main thing that we do for the hamstrings, I think, is typically where I feel. I feel a little bit when we do the pancake as well, the forward fold. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna scroll. Fayaga says, good job. Catchy says, thank you, Ken. See you tomorrow. Book says, see you Monday. Awesome, awesome. I'll see you guys all soon. Alam says, thank you. And we're going to scroll back to see what else we got. Catchy says, 12, 8. Are you counting for me? Is that what you're is that what you're doing? Ken, stop talking. Count faster. Etie9996 says, holy stretches. Thank you, Wall. Yes, the wall is your best friend. Right? We love the wall, and the wall will absolutely support you through thick and thin and not complain, even if you put your butt on it and, if you need a fart or something. Great, wall won't complain. Alex says, go, Spider-Ken, Spider-Ken. Honor the Rebel says, felt that in my butt cheek. If you're doing the pigeon stretch, feeling it in your butt cheek, or the figure four, feeling in your butt cheek, that's very, very, very normal. I am trying to think about another stretch that we possibly could have been doing when you said this, and I think it was probably the figure four. If you're feeling it in your butt cheek, that's absolutely right, because we call it the glute muscle, right? Feeling that stretch in the glutes. Standing pancake, felt that on my left inner side of my knee. Oh, okay, hold on. Left inner side of my knee in the pancake. Okay, that is not abnormal because when your legs are going wide and you're in this position, this muscle here is getting stretched, right? The inner thigh is getting stretched. One of the connection points is, roughly around the knee area. So feeling a little bit of discomfort here is normal. It might be a good sign that you want to take it a little bit easier on future reps for at least a day or two. Slowly, bring your legs in just a little bit so there's a little less stretch going on in the inner thigh and see if that helps. Cool. What else we got? And welcome back, Buddha. It's good to see you. That's weird. Somebody said it's all over my screen, and Queen R or somebody. Who was it? Travel Darksy, maybe? Hold on, I scrolled too far. Travel Darksy says, "What's over your screen?" And then there was no more comment about the screen. Suspicious. Suspicious. Okay. We got a hello from somebody whose username I can't see, but it is Jelly Ice Cake. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Sharath sends out some emojis. Sharath says made it and sends a bunch of cat stickers. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling. I'm gonna just double check that there is nothing else to check out in the chat. And there is something to check out in the chat. Oh wait, whose birthday is it? What? Chase says JK Happy Friday. Wait, what? Whose birthday? Is Travels with Oxy's birthday? No, what? Okay, happy birthday. Travels with Oxy says hello, happy Friday. And then Chase says happy birthday. Okay, all right. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, happy birthday. Oh, Chase says JK, happy Friday. Okay, got it. Got it. I was like, what? What? Who? Huh? Okay. And then everybody else got pulled in for the happy birthdays and I was confused. All right, cool. Good thing I can just go back and reread the chat to clarify because I'm confused. True Blue says, it is me. Oh, cool. Yes. Ray Ray says, what would you do if robbers came into your house? That is a scarily specific question. We got cameras. My hearing is not so good, but we have other people in the house who don't have their ears covered like mine are. So I think we'd be able to hear doors breaking down or windows breaking or something crazy like that. So, suspicious. Okay, we're moving on. Vegas says good morning. All right, I think that is our chat. I'm gonna scroll back down, take another look at everything, and we are probably ready to wrap up. Oh, Itai says that was amazing for the hamstring. Great. And Honor the Rebel says the figure four. Yes. Oh, I probably said pigeon or something, right? But the figure four and the pigeon are in this show are pretty interchangeable. You're basically just pulling this leg when it's like this towards your chest, and your glutes are getting that stretch. Chase says low. Travel Doxy says low. Okay, cool. They're just lolling because it took me a really long time to figure out what's happening. I was like, whose birthday is it? And then Travis actually didn't say thank you to the birthday, so I was like, what? Well, I'm so confused. Is it really the birthday? Where did this come from? Okay, that's the life. There's just a handful of you guys left anyways, but if you are having a great time in the lives, I would appreciate it if you just throw a couple thumbs ups because they're super helpful in the show. It's super helpful for telling TikTok that this is an awesome show. So, one of the things that we're experiencing these last couple of days is the viewership is kind of like on and off and it's not very consistent. I assume that's relatively normal because most people are exercising, right? But if you got a free moment, you're taking a breath, please give me a couple of taps so that we can send the algorithm some love and hopefully the algorithm will send me back some love and we can get a whole bunch of extra views. All right. All right. There's one last thing. I'm looking to expand the things that I offer. to the internet, to the public. If you guys have something that you're working on, if you have something in particular that you would like some support with, please feel free to reach out to me. And I'd love to hop on a call, chat about what your goals are, and see if we can build something cool. Doesn't have to be a call. If you want to just shoot a message and then have a chat, that also works. If that sounds exciting, if you would like to work with me in more than just this live format, let me know. Cool. All right. Happy Friday. If you're gonna go out tonight, enjoy, stay safe. Put your newly relaxed hips to work. Throw out some dance moves. Shake your hips like Shakira. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Cool. Closing out. Etasis, thanks so much, Ken. Oh, you're very welcome. All right.